I was raised in a house where I was raised in a village.
Right.
Where there was no disrespect for any elders in the game. I don't even care who they were. Like if I'm 17 and you're 12,
Right.
and I'm overseeing you, you know, it's a time and a place for everything, but you're not going to get out of pocket with me.
Right.
Because my grandparents didn't play that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could be sitting in the house in the window. I know you didn't say that. Come here. And my grandmother was good with throwing a cast iron skillet. I think she played baseball back in her days. And she hit her target. You know what I mean? So it was just like...
Oh, I love your story, dude.
And then being in a structured home, in a military home,
Yeah,
you
keep telling me that.
A working home.
You keep telling me that.
There was no room for failure. There's room for, oops, I made a mistake, but learn from that mistake.
But you can't repeat.
You can't repeat. And don't let them have to talk to you more than twice.
Ooh, that's the crazy part right there.
They got to talk to you more than twice? Oh, that's your ass. You fucked around and found out. I'm telling you. I promise you. And I don't even do my kids like that. I just more or less like sit down and talk to them calmly.
True, I'm taking notes like, every time.
So they can understand where they went wrong, and there's consequences.
Right, and not just that. Like the way you lecture your kid, it's like it's legit, Nikki. Like you say, you a therapist. You wear all capes.
I do.
You wear all capes.
I do.
Because you. But that was good though. I honestly, man, I'd be talking to my wife about it. I'd be like, man, Nikki's standard is high.
But that's the way my parents had
They raise you. Yeah, they raise you like that.
My dad, way up there. My mom, way up there. You know what I mean? And in my dad's eyes, and he was the one that you really didn't want to make mistakes in front of.
Mm-hmm.
There was no room for failure. I could see a mistake being made, but don't make that same mistake, because now you're repeating, and now I'm going to have to put hands on you. You get what I mean?
Nikki, you're like my mom. I actually look at you like an older sister, Nick, because my sister is literally the same age as you. You know, but I don't really talk to my sister like the way I talk to you. My sister's kind of old school, you know.
Right.
But when I talk to you, especially you know, I always share with you my my marriage stuff.
Yeah.
And you always give me good advice, man. You're always trying to give me advice to hold it together, not separate it.
No,
you know,
I don't believe in that.
You do. You do a good job. Like you hold my composure together, Nick.
I just feel like
and that's when I realized that I'm not just here to do your nails. I think you're here to also help me with my mental, you know,
to navigate you.
Yeah, to navigate.
Keep you safe.
You my GPS.
Yeah.
You feel me?
I just feel like when you take that faith and oath and a unity,
right,
you can't take it from granted. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, because no one's perfect in this world but the Lord, our Savior. You know what I mean? But we're going to have a different of opinion. It's just the point where you can't control the situation. You got to respect that and move forward. And then maybe it'll help you in the long run, because it's like, oh yeah, we had this conversation and it was said like it's not going to work.
Right.
And they was right, but you're afraid to admit that it was that person was right.
Amen.
You know what I mean?
Amen.
So being the fact that we're gonna put on our adult underwear and take it as such.
Do you think being an adult is hard?
In the beginning,
or is it the choice that we make that makes it hard, Nick?
It's the choices that we make.
That's tough. Because we constantly learning though.
Because when we, like Dasani, pre-adult, prime example, pre-adult. When you had turned 18, right?
Right.
We've been protected for 18 years. So when we step into the world of an adult and we get out there on our own, that shit is scary as shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't know who you gonna run in, who you gonna befriend, who gonna befriend you, because everybody is either it's gonna. This is how I look at it. Either they're there to help you or hinder you.
That's real. That's real.
Everybody got a motive. It could be good or bad.
Yep.
You get what I mean?
I feel you.
So we as adults have to make the wise choice on what side of the fence we want to be on. Are we gonna be on this side?
I was in a dark place. I was in a dark place last week.
I know you were.
But I pray.
You have to. Prayer works.
Yeah.
If you
I
talk,
just say,
you listen.
I just say, Lord, I'm just gonna give you my life, and you just gonna leave from there.
You take it
You know, I might have to be faced this hard time right now, but at least this moment is the better moment in the future, because the future might be worse. If I can't overcome this, what I'm going through right now, what makes you gonna overcome the big?
But what you was going through wasn't really nothing. It was a disagreement, or it was just a point fingers when fingers wasn't supposed to be pointed. You know what I mean?
Say it, girl. Say it.
That's where you was at. So it was nothing that big, but at the same time, for you, I get it. For her, for the judging, you listen. I'm gonna tell you just like this: we listen and we don't judge.
But it's hard. That might be easy to say, but it is hard.
But we judge.
We do, and we might not judge indirectly. We might be judging directly and indirectly, and whatever. Even one thought in your head is still considered judging.
It's still considered judging. You know what I mean?
That's why God says it's hard to have a pure heart. That's why only Jesus.
Is.
That's why there's only one Jesus.
There's only one Jesus, but there's only one God.
There's one Jesus, but there's more.
Hey,
there's one Jesus, but there's multiple Jesus.
It's multiple Jesus. It's multiple Sal's. You know what I mean? So,
everybody want to play Jesus.
Everybody
want to play Jesus.
Hey, just stay in your lane. And you'll be okay.
Right.
But in order to get to God, you got to go through Jesus first, and He got to be the one to forgive you before you can get to His Father. And
now, was anyone in your family a preacher? Because you sound like you also come from a very church-like
I was
root.
raised in a church.
That's what I'm saying.
And like I said, Mondays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, every
Saturday,
day, Sunday, we was in church. I was in a choir. I was in a choir. My mother was in a choir. My grandmother was one of the mothers of the churches, of the church, So I was raised in the church. My pastor was like my second father. You know what I mean? So, but I gave him a run for his money too. And everybody's like, oh my gosh, she don't listen. It ain't that I didn't listen. And it was that I was spoiled. And I got away with things. But
you were the only girl.
Right, I was the only girl. So it's just like,
you're the princess. Don't fuck with the princess. That's how it is. If you were my only girl,
right,
you're my fucking diamond. I'll pick you over the boys.
Right. Oh yeah, he trusted me with his life. Now them boys, on the other hand, they was out of
Let me see this, love. So, baby, you want me to extend these?
Yes.
You want to take it to another notch? Old school style?
Let's go.
Whew, here we go.
Here
we go.
Let's
old school style.
Let me see what we at with it. You want to cut these down just a little bit? No?
We about to do you hard.
Okay, because I was going to say you can cut it a little bit so it won't be as long.
Nah, because here's the thing. Check this out. Once I glue this, I'm going to cut this part anyways.
Okay.
So it's not too curved, you know what I mean?
Okay, got it.
You see what I'm saying? So it's still going to be short either way.
Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Say less. Your energy, it is not pure. I don't want to be around it. Does that make sense?
That makes amazing sense, not just don't make sense.
I don't want to be around
If you can't bring me good energy,
let me see this.
I don't want it. What?
That's cool.
Not yet. We're about to go sharp.
No. That's cool.
Well, you don't want to go too sharp.
No.
That's stilettos.
I know. This is cool.
That's not stiletto. That's... Nick, you know that's not stiletto.
Look, this is cool.
Fine. You want it like that?
Yeah.
Oh, fine. I'll give you that.
Thank you.
Because when you say stiletto, that's a different...
Yeah, that's cool.
Hold me hard. All right, I got you, boo. See all my technique? Got the scissor, everything.
That's cool. Reason why I say that's cool, because I don't want to poke the shit out of myself. I thought about it. Get my eyes checked, so I'm like, cool. I went and got my eyes checked. And when I went back to the doctor, she was like, "Oh, your blood sugar is normal." I said, "What is normal?" She was like, "Oh, it's 142." I'm like, "Okay." That's what I said. And then she was like, "And as far as your eyes," she's like, "Your eyes are perfect." And I told her then, I was like, "Well, look, I was eating some watermelon rings with some sugar on it 2 days before I came in here, not knowing that it was going to affect me like that."
Oh, yeah.
And so I have to test my blood sugar, and I have to write it down. And I wrote it down. So today is Wednesday. So Friday I went back and I had took the machine that I was testing my sugar with, and it's like the highest it went is 152, 153.
Okay.
So she was like, "Okay, you're where you now. What we worried about is, you know, you're swelling up." I'm like, "Yeah, it's hot." And no, I got me some comfortable Nike, walking Nike, standing Nikes, and they work for me. So, yeah, they be trying to get me to convert. No, they be trying to go to the next room over to do no changing nothing.
Right. You want to get everything settled before
Yeah,
they get here.
yeah.
Y'all got some time to get it together.
Yeah, we got until October.
October.
Yeah,
All right, then.
October 10th.
Starting over.
Yeah, October 10th. At 8 days, let me see, 8 days before my birthday.
So, October what?
10th.
Hey.
I know, right?
Yeah. Well, you got some time.
It's gonna be a miserable summer.
Yeah.
Miserable.
Yes, it is.
I
Just
probably-
got to try as much as you can.
I am.
Yeah.
I ain't doing nothing.
You're not going to be able to. Got it all done on the inside.
I'm doing everything at home.
Try to cook, clean, wash, all that.
Denham said he don't want no wife. Denham said he gonna stay at home. Now I told him no, he wasn't. I was gonna move. I'm out of here, buddy.
Oh, we don't stay there with you.
No, he ain't. He gotta go.
Oh, he said, don't need a wife. Why would you need a
He
wife?
said he ain't getting married.
He said he ain't getting married, but he want to have kids. I said, you can't have kids without getting married.
Oh, my God.
He was like, Mom, that means I gotta be committed. I said, exactly. So, but if you have a kid, you're gonna be committed to that too. And he was like, yeah, you're right, but
Y'all go hard at each other. And then y'all say sorry.
No, we're sorry. Hi, I want to make a phone order for pickup. Can I get the bacon fried rice and a deep fried eel rolls? And do you guys have the soda water, salsa water? Yeah. Yes. Can I get a medium? And that's, you want something to eat?
No.
Okay, that'll complete my order.
Yeah. Man, look how clean this look. Nice and curved now. Back to that curve.
What?
Yep, look at that. What y'all think? Everybody was saying Auntie should get curved tips, so we did it. We gave her curved tip, not straight tip no more. Go wash your hand, girl. God put you in the fame to change people, not ruin people. You feel me?
Exactly.
That's the way I look at things. Like the respect that I got from the community, I gotta hold that respect with honor, not saying like, oh man, you know, they believe it, or saying let's take advantage.
It was raining out there?
Nah. God was loving every minute of it.
It wasn't raining?
Nope. We ate so much good food.
I see.
I love your nails so much. We're gonna do something good today. It took us almost 6 months just to get your nail back to where I want it to be.
Yeah, start all over.
Yeah, but we did it. Look how clean they look. Look at every single nail. Look at the color of the nails. We did it. We did it. I'm kind of emotional right now, to be honest with you. I'm very emotional. I cry very easily. You know that, right? I cry very easily. I can think about something, and next thing you know, I'm tearing up. Cause that's how God made me. But yeah, man, I think about you all the time, Nick. I love you. Like I sincerely love you. I don't know why. I sincerely love you as a friend.
My spirit
It's so true. And you know what's cool too? I like it like that day when I call you for your nail, but then you like, what's wrong? You can hear it in my voice.
I could.
And the fact that we kind of not even talking about the nail after that. You like this? Let's go ahead. Let's spill it out for me.
Yeah,
and
I don't like that. I don't like
and that made me feel so special, Nick.
I didn't like
That you took the time and you listened to me. But you know what? After I talked to you, my gangster mind kicked in, and I did what I needed to do with my business.
Exactly. Stop playing with
Oh, you didn't stop playing with me. She said, men love me long time. Say that again. Hey, for real. Let the world know how much I love you.
Men love me long time.
That's what I'm saying.
Long
Shit,
time.
long time. With that accent, too. Oh, shit, I love you, girl. This is a 5 nails. Isn't it funny how we get so excited over our nail set?
Yeah. This
But it takes long. It takes long. This is like a 3-hour set. But this people need to understand, like, this takes dedication. And I'm about to put this dedication together right now with everything we see in here. I'm about to fire it up. Boom, here we go. Boom. Oh, this thing is shiny.
The mind tunnels are big.
Deputy found Denver's white GMC Sierra with 2 bloody fingerprints in the bag near a campground in Leavenworth, Washington. The girl's body was found on an embankment. I appeared to have been asphyxiated. All 3 girls attended Lincoln Elementary School in Wenatchee. The entire community coming out paying no respects. Classmates writing messages on colored markers and trying to process the unthinkable. Lindsay Town authorities saying that Decker could be anywhere and that he should be considered dangerous. He's facing charges of kidnapping and murder.
Kato, thank you. The Boston trial carried a youth accused of hitting a police officer boyfriend with an
That's a
SUV.
big ass ride. These some big ass jails. I should be used to that though.
Snowplow driver to the stand. And that got them was back released.
Just trust me, Nick. Just trust me.
I ain't said nothing.
So I see you putting Karen a kiss on the forehead.
Don't play with me right now, y'all.
Wow, I'm going way out, huh?
Don't play with me now. Don't play with me now. Don't play.
He would have came in here and knocked this out.
Okay, don't move. One more stone. One more stone. You're gonna have a lot of stone on here.
I see.
But it okay.
Okay.
It's okay. If I ain't tripping, you ain't tripping. Cause this gonna look good.
Was at risk for her non-viable pregnancy has been found.
Good, look at this, guys. We did it. Another new set. This time we went curved. We double up with the tips. But look at that, man. I mean, we did everything we do is one coat, okay? One coat polish. Just, I mean, it's nice. And look at, we figure out no fungus, no greenie, no more. Brand new set. Let's go on the bottom. Look at that, y'all. Ooh, it is clean up in here. Thank you so much, Auntie.
Thank you.
Till next time. I can't wait. I know your audience love to see this transition. And there you have it, y'all. Boom.